Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking, and I just wanted to speak on uh, the Valley of Dry Bones. Um, so I don't know. Um, One of my soul siblings shared something about the dry bones. Excuse me. Excuse me. Actually, somebody else shared something too the other day. Um, that made me think about it in the sense of like a testimony, right? So again, knowing that we are uh, somewhat co-creators with the Father, because we are in the Father and the Father is in us, in a sense, right? So when I think about this, Ezekiel 37, the hand of the Lord was upon me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of the valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw many bones on the floor in the valley, bones that were dry. So, um, hold on one second. Let me see something. Yeah, here it is. Okay. And then I ran across this here that says the true meaning of the Valley of Bones, inspiring passion for Christ. And it says the valley represents the location where the Israelites were scattered. Um, the bones represent the whole house of Israel. The bones, being very dry, represent that they felt as if cut off and without hope. So, in a sense, when I think about that, I also think about in this episode of the American Gods when Shadow Moon woke up. Um, uh, and I'm looking at Shadow Moon as like as a sort of a demigod, right? And he woke up in this valley of bones. But then we noticed that toward the end of the show, um, there's a clip. Um, and I don't think I'm going to be able to find it here. But there's a clip where Nancy and Wednesday and Shadow Moon are talking about um, uh, Wednesday cutting off the head of one of the other God's people that he felt was one of his, right? And they're talking about the fact that, Shadow Moon needs to get angry because anger gets shit done. And they're actually waiting for Nancy to make suits for them, because what they're doing now is they have to find a wife, right? So they're in search of a wife in order to, I don't know, make some kind of union. It kind of makes me reminds me of cleaving on to the woman or the wife. There's a lot in these last episodes that has to do with Bilquis as well, in finding her way, her being an American God as well. And I don't know, I resonate with her story a lot. But we see at the end of the conversation that they're having, that Shadow Moon does get angry and he starts climbing up. It's talking about the union between him and Wednesday, and how he felt like he's been deceived and he's confused and all these other things. But when that scene goes off, they show him getting pissed off and he's walking, he's climbing up a hill of bones. Okay. So I guess what I want to say about that is just like also like feeling the effects of Israel in the Bible, and all of the obstacles that they had to go through personally, that differed from many other groups. And then again, in my case, feeling that feeling of being cut off. Also feeling that feeling of the dry bones representing the pit or the Sheol or the underworld or the untouchables, the Dalit people that are still in the Sheol. Okay, however you want to look at it, it's just that's reminding me of this on this the cast, right? Okay, so when it comes to the caste system, so anyhow, I feel as though, you know, what we're dealing right now is living a living God amongst us, or living gods amongst us, and also messengers and things like that that are communing with us, right? In a sense, to shake things up or get things moving, you know. And in my case, I feel like I have been in contact with these beings. Again, you can call them angels, or, you know, whatever, messengers, whatever. Even a Messiah, you might even say. But I'm trying to discern what's actually being, who you're communing with, and what's actually being said. So in my case, I definitely feel like I'm one of those people that were in that cut off kind of, even like when we're talking about islands, right? That was in a state of being cut off, even socially, and coming in contact with some of these, we can call them angelic beings, or forces that have helped lubricate, you know, or get things moving in my life. And again, when I'm doing these kind of things, I'm trying to be as, I'm speaking in layman's terms to try to kind of even get a better understanding myself as to what I'm going through and what I'm seeing here. But I definitely know that I've been in contact with these particular types of beings in this realm, that have definitely been a large part of waking me up. And every part didn't feel so good. Some parts, you know, felt horrific. But I think that that's all of these things that we have to go through in order to wake and rise. Some of us get stuck in certain patterns, certain ways that we can't get out of. And I think that the Elohim send these people in, maybe even the living God himself amongst us, right? Being amongst us and communing with us on a different level, okay? Or coming down again in the spirit to touch. So, you know, that's where I'm at right now. I just feel as though that is what's happening. Like, even when I was just reading Isaiah, I don't know if it was whatever video I just did. I don't know if it was 45. I get, you know, when I move on, I just move on. About that they had not been gathered yet, but there's going to be certain individuals that are going to be put in place in order to revive them, and start to gather them and start to build. So, yeah. So anyhow, I feel so again, it's kind of like a merciful situation to be in, to know that someone cared enough to come back and try to revive, to have faith in you, in order to, you know, even care enough to want to send someone in, or these angelic beings or beings in, to get us to recognize certain things or understand certain things. So again, it can be somewhat of an emotional roller coaster going through those motions. But again, I'm just very grateful and very thankful to be someone that can actually sense this and actually experience this in this time. So when it comes to the Lord, or a Lord in that sense, Again, I don't think I would be where I am today without that relationship, without that help or that guidance. And sometimes it can feel like there is no guidance. um, but definitely there is. So, I don't know. I was just thinking about all these things, and they kind of just like hit me at one time. And I just wanted to share that somewhat of a testimony with you guys. Because again, at some point, just having issues with trust and being cut off and being, treated a certain way and not being accepted in your hometown, it can be a hard thing. It can be a very hard place, a very deserted place and lonely place to be. But if it weren't for the Lord, the love of the Lord and the support, you know what I'm saying, I wonder if I would still be there, And so again, I'm always seeking and trying to understand and learn. So again, I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and let you know that, it's not, I feel it's not too late to seek his face, to stretch your hands out, to recognize these things when they come into your life and utilize them. Because again, it helped me. Somebody that had little faith not that long ago, on this channel, it was hard for me to use words like that. And again, it's changed. So anyways, gratitude and thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think down below. Take care.